Hi guys, what's up? It's Sarah, and today I'm going to be doing my celebrities, stalking, encounters, meetings, photos thing. Basically, I'm going to be talking about what celebrities I've met and how I met them and the stories associated with that. This video is going to be so long and I am sorry. Now, you may or may not know of this famous stalker called Stalker Sarah. I will put some of her photos here. She has stalked so many celebrities that she is now friends with, I don't know, Justin Bieber. I, of course, take great inspiration from this woman. Her name being Sarah, meeting celebrities, and the fact that she just does her own thing and is awesome at stalking. I think that's pretty cool. Obviously, it's a bit weird, and by all means, judge me, but I don't really care because I have got photos with Sam Smith, Tyler Oakley, Josh Devine, and a few other people who I think are really cool. So yeah, anyway, let me tell you these stories. First, I'm going to start with my first meeting, which was Josh Devine, Sandy Bills, and Lou Teasdale. Now, if you don't know, these are some of the crew band members of One Direction. Obviously from my 25 Facts About Me video, which I hoped you'd watch, I'm a big fan of One Direction, and, well, when One Direction were a thing. You and me got a whole lot of history. Anyway, let's move on from that. In 2013 and 15, One Direction came to Australia. I took it upon myself to not settle until I had sourced them and met them. Now, of course, this might sound crazy to some people, but I'm a die-hard fan and I do not mess about. I tried in 2013. That time, I, however, was not successful. This time, I was semi-successful. Now, Josh Devine and Sandy Bills are part of the band. Josh is the drummer, Sandy is the guitarist, bass player. I must clarify on that one. And Lou Teasdale is their stylist. It was, I think, in February, and I was with my friend Cassandra. She and I went stalking. We were making posters for the concert and we hadn't really had much else to do that day. We took the day off school, you know, we don't mess about, as I said before. It was about, I don't know, 10 o'clock in the morning maybe, and Dad was going to take us to the airport. So he comes in, he's like, so when are we going, girls? And I was like, oh, they're not supposed to come in for a while. I knew this because my dad is an air traffic controller and he could track the number of the private jet. We knew that their plane wasn't coming until 3 o'clock that afternoon, which was unfortunate because it means they wouldn't have long before we had to get from the airport to the venue. Me and Cassandra were like, what's the point in going? It's 10 o'clock in the morning. Anyway, we went, which was very random because we didn't really have to. And we drove to the airport, we were very excited. So we roll up to where the drop-off zone is. Obviously Dad was dropping us off. And I thought I saw this like bundle of girls. Now I'm gonna stop right there because I actually wrote the event, so I remember for the rest of my life in this book, which has photos from the concert. Each boy has their own page pretty much, but at the start, oh here we go, is a story. I've decided to do a dramatic reading of this story just to make this video a little more entertaining. Then, as we were pulling up to the drop-off zone, I saw a group standing with a bunch of suitcases. I literally said to Cass, who are those girls? And in my mind was thinking, they are here for the boys. But as we got parallel to them, I saw Josh Devine. I screamed, stop! At Dad, and he tried to pull over, but I wasn't waiting. I grabbed Cass and opened the door of a moving car, running out and almost falling over. It was pretty hectic. I ran straight over to Josh and said, oh my god, Josh, hi, I love you! And he was like, hey, I've got something in my eye. And I said, oh, before giving him a hug and lifting up my phone for a photo. Really, I didn't care if he was okay. After asking, can I have a photo? And him replying with, sure babe. Because they were literally walking fast to the car, I lifted up my phone and was shaking like crazy. My camera was dirty and I took a blurry photo. My eyes were now watering and he was walking fast. I said, wait, as he kept walking and extended his arm back to me and said, quick, quick, quick. So I ran back up to him. Anyway, this time I held my phone with both hands and he put his arm around my waist and said, it's all right, ... I died. Then I said thank you and saw Sandy. I screamed, Sandy! And ran over to him. He said, hey. I didn't even go for a greeting. I just went for a hug. And I could hear him laughing. Sandy was so happy and cheesy. I took a photo and said thank you, feeling on top of the world. I then looked over to my left and saw Lou Teasdale walking and Lux reaching up for her from the ground. I ran over to Lou with a crying Lux at her feet and said, "Hey Lou, can I have a photo?" And she said, "Yeah, of course." And I took a photo with her, still shaking and holding my phone with 2 hands. I said, "Thank you," and she was like, "It's alright," before her and the crew quickly kept walking away. Basically after that, I ran around the airport and had a little panic attack and was screaming and everyone was looking at me like the freak I am. Now I'm going to talk about Tyler Oakley. So again, in 2015, this time I think it was in September, I met Tyler Oakley. Well, not again, I met him for the first time. Basically, he was coming to Adelaide on his summer party tour and I went stalking with my friend Bonnie because we had a pupil free day. I feel like every time I'm quite lucky with this, but I just wing it. We were outside Bread Top. I said to Bonnie I wanted to take her for the first time because she'd never been there and I thought the food was really good and it was cheap. We knew that they were staying at the Hilton, well we thought they were, but we decided not to go there because we just wanted to eat lunch and it was actually raining at this point. We got inside and we got our food and then we walked out and we were like, should we go to the Hilton? And I said, no, it's raining, there's no point, let's just eat lunch. So we sat at the end of this food court that really isn't very good. Clearly it was good enough, I'll tell you that in a minute. So basically we sat there, we were eating our lunch, now time for the dramatic reading. There we are eating our lunch at about 12:25, so precise. Having quite a nice time. We finished and I just reapplied lipstick before such a ceremony. Before Bonnie grabbed my arm, looked past my shoulder saying, "Dude, is that Tyler Oakley?" From there I looked around my shoulder and I was like, "Tyler?" Then we stood up and walked over to them. A few squeals were let out. We gave Tyler a big hug as Corey stepped aside. I didn't realise that at that point. Anyway, we told Tyler how we were meeting him tonight at the meet and greet. Oh yeah, because at the summer party there was a meet and greet. We were meeting him anyway, but yep, I decided to stalk him. And how we had made a cake. We explained that it took us 3 hours and both of them were like, "Yum, I'm sure it'll be amazing." I then asked how Tyler was and he said, "So tired." I said, "Yeah, you tweeted so late this morning, like 5 AM. And he said, "Oh yeah, well I had to upload a video." And I laughed and was like, "I know your pain." This was in 2015, I only just started this, which made him laugh too. I don't really know his pain though. It felt right to say that at the time. I scurried through my bag as I tried to find my phone and then I stepped forward to Tyler and asked, "Can we take some photos?" He said, "Yes, let's take some selfies." And I held up my phone. I went to take one, but I was shaking so much, literally doing jazz hands because I realised I couldn't take it. Then Bonnie asked me if I wanted her to take it for me, but oh no. Tyler literally grabbed and snatched my phone from me and was like, "No, I'll do it." I laughed and then posed for a few selfies. I then stepped aside so Bonnie could take photos with him and saw Corey all by himself. I smiled at him and said, "Corey!" He laughed and I ran over to him, dancing around and giving him a huge hug. I then asked him to take the selfies for me again because I was still shaking and he said, "I'm looking forward to that cake." I laughed. Then Tyler said, "Well, we better go," and I gave him one more hug before saying that we would see them tonight as they walked off. Anyway, but we then got on to the meet and greet at the theatre and we had made like a t-shirt, this whole basket to give to them. I don't even know if they looked at it, but it's the thought that counts. Also, I've got a video, I'll probably put that up at the end of this clip, where they shouted us out at the show, which was just awesome. We put our cake and hamper in Tyler's gift pile. We walked up to Tyler and he was going to do his usual, "Hi girls, what's your name?" with his arms open, but I ignored that. Bonnie right behind me. We were like, "We are the cake girls!" And his facial expression changed and he gasped, "Oh my god, hi!" he said, and we gave him another big hug. We then stood back to the curtain behind us and he was like, "Firstly, your onesies are on point." He then asked what pose we wanted to do. We replied with the monkey emoji pose. He smiled and nodded, "Cute." The photo was then taken, we thanked him. He said, "Bye girls, I might see you sometime, or on the street, you never know." Banter. We both just laughed. I got my phone back and danced over to Corey. We then said hi and told him about our basket of presents and he said, "Yeah, I saw that thing. It's huge." I then got a quick video of him saying hi to Ashley, my friend in America.
"Hi Ashley, wish you were here."
We took selfies and it was all really lovely. Then I asked Bonnie to take a photo of Corey and me and then stepped back. "I hope you liked the cake," I said. "There will probably be Snapchats of it later." There was. I asked for his Snapchat because I didn't know it and handed him my phone, letting him type it in on notes. But that was basically my meeting with Tyler Oakley. I'll show you the video from the concert.
Where have you been? What have you been doing?
There was a delicious cake backstage.
Was it made by our two queens? We met these girls earlier. We were roaming,
The streets.
no, what's that? That mall? Yeah. And they were like, screamed. And then I was like, hello? And then y'all were like, we made you a cake. It took us 3 hours. It's not poison. Things to tell somebody before you give them a cake. This isn't poison.
If I die mid-show, it was the cake.
If I die, yeah, right here. Those two.
Anyways.
So there is poison. Guilty minds say sorry. Wait, I went to that mall. Oh no, I got a massage today. Right after I saw the two of you with the poison cake.
Yeah!
You may have seen me slip into a massage place.
That's where you went!
What do you mean that's where I was? It's not like I was avoiding your tax.
Finally, the briefest of them all, Sam Smith. Basically, this is not a very interesting story, but I might as well tell you because he's probably the biggest one out of the people I've met. He was here doing a show and I basically just didn't want to go to my maths lesson. I'm sorry. So I asked my friend Mia if she wanted to come and meet Sam Smith with me. Obviously she was confused. We went to the city. He was staying at the Intercontinental, which I knew because I'd seen photos and I'd figured out where the photos were taken. We were on the bus and I saw on Twitter that he had already left the Intercontinental. And I was like, oh, of course, that would happen to me. I messaged a girl who had taken a photo with him and she said he was left 20 minutes ago. He went out for lunch. If you just wait, he'll come back. Sure enough, we got to the Intercontinental, waited in the rain. I was in a dress, it was really cold. He came walking up in his little hoodie, his little shorts, and he was so kind. He has the most gentle speaking voice. He was genuine and his security was quite fair with letting us take photos. And then I was like, can I please get a video? He was like, no, sorry, just photos. And I was like, oh, Sam, it's so cute. I was like, that's fine. And he was very, very lovely. And he's like, I'm gonna go inside now, so he left. And it was just a really calm, nice experience. There was only about 6 other girls there, I think. That's all I have for you today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was a bit long, but what can I say? My experiences are elaborate. And I am a bit of a freak, but hey, aren't we all a bit weird? I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, please leave. Let me know if you like these type of story time videos and if there's anything you want me to talk about. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you soon.